It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, it's KB inviting you in to join us for another edition of What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV. Got a great show for you. I want to thank you, of course, for joining us as we're officially into the fall season here at the Lake of the Ozarks. And man, it is a beautiful place to be. We hope that you get to come down and join us if you're watching us outside of the area. And we do have a lot of folks that check us out in other places, like, for example, our Facebook page, where we've got over 36,000 hits, 36,000 people checking out Lake TV and finding out what the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks is all about. Great show. We're going to hear from our good buddy, Mr. Rick Bryant from Bryant Auction, now a brand new sponsor. Katie Brewer will join us from New Spring Wellness Center. We'll find out what they've got going on and how you could get reinvigorated, rejuvenated, reset with a trip to New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Uncle Chris Schneider is going to sit in with me. We'll talk about some of the things going on here around these parts. And then we'll head out to Ozarks Cat and Canine, where we will meet Nani. She is KB's furry friend this week, a beautiful, sweet little cat who could use a good home. Maybe you can help her out. That's presented by our veterinarian at the lake. Let's run down the great list of sponsors we have. SRG Financial Advisors. We've got the good folks at Ozark Barge and Dock, Budget Blinds, our veterinary at the lake, and as I mentioned, a brand new sponsor in Rick Bryant and Bryant Auction. Hey, it's all coming up right here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
At SRG Financial, we reduce the uncertainty on your journey to financial independence. Our foundational approach revolves around two things: what matters most to our clients and the things that we can control. The things that matter most often revolve around family, occupation, and recreation. The things we can control are a panoramic approach to financial planning, a strategy that stays fluid and dynamic like your life, and a proprietary process, the mile marker formula. If you want to reduce the uncertainty on your journey, contact us today.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Join Lake TV for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris, the Lake area's only local TV talk show focused on the Lake area. Local stories, local sports, and local events. Have a cup of coffee with Will and Chris weekdays at 8, 1, and 8 on Lake TV.
Hey everybody, KB here. What's Burnin? Lake TV. Glad to have you back with us on another great episode. And it's great to have the opportunity to introduce a brand new sponsor to the program. A man I've had a lot of respect for a whole lot of years, does a lot of great things for the community, in addition to a lot of great auctions, estate sales, you name it, the one and only Rick Bryant from Bryant Auction. Thank you, sir.
Good, buddy, I'm glad to do it. And I you know why I actually did the sponsorship?
Why?
Now that's quick. That was
okay.
You were okay with that. It didn't bother you much. You're one.
I'm one what?
You're the reason.
Okay.
You're a reason of two.
Okay. All right.
And I mean that. I mean that sincerely. We've grown. I was pulling it out here and I was thinking, man, we've grown a long ways from you're a bonehead and you're a pinhead, blah blah blah, back and forth stuff.
Who did that?
You did. And so did I. For the first couple of years, I'm thinking, I don't like this guy.
Who is this guy?
Yeah,
Why does he keep bothering me?
Yeah.
Can't he find something to do with himself? And we talk jokingly back and forth, but we've developed a great relationship over the years. And I got to say, you've really touched me in a lot of different ways as far as what you do for the community and the way you give back and the way you're so. You know, you've got a business to run. You've got things to do and people to see. As a matter of fact, you've got a trip down to the Boot Heel to make today, but you still always find time to jump in and help out an auction. And the most recent kind of charity auction that I've seen you doing is the one that was over there at, was it Frankie and Louie's? For the food pantry, Share the Harvest, yeah.
That was an amazing charity. And really, you know, the charities, I mean, we get a lot of accolades for them, but honestly, it's a bit selfish. I love to be there seeing all that giving. I really do. I have to see people that, you know, the Tuckers and the Pruitts and the people who give all the time. Denny Reese just gave new guns to Lake Ozarks Police Department.
Right.
Then called back and gave holsters. Then called back and gave ammo. Then called back and said, "Do you need rifles?" I mean, we're up to squad cars.
And training too.
And training and armor and all that stuff. We're up to squad cars. That's coming next, and he's probably going to give them a helicopter. Who knows?
Right.
But I mean, that giving, in all seriousness, that giving goes on at the lake, and a lot of people don't know. And
Yes.
I've been telling the crowds, did you know that Tucker walked in and gave them $7,500 to the policeman's benevolent fund in Lake Ozarks? Most people don't know those things go on. And so God bless all those people who do that. And like I say, when you go to these auctions, you just see all that charitable giving, that from the heart stuff.
Yeah.
We were just down on Hammond Field in Springfield. What was his name? Simmons.
Yeah.
Ted Simmons. You know, that's how much I watch baseball. But anyway, he was there talking, and I got to sell, 10 or 15 items, moons full. I sold the moon, by the way. But what a great
Does the person who bought that realize it's not for sale after all?
Well, I turned around and told him, I said, by the way, we're selling the moon, and I sold it.
Right.
Jerry Hawkins bought it from Hawkins Auto Body.
That makes sense.
So he owns the moon now.
Yeah.
That's an official thing. But anyway, over the years, I think you've seen us grow and change, but the spirit and the heart's there, and that kind of gets into the crew part of it. Let me back up. You said I've touched you. I've never touched you that way. Okay, just want to make that
understandably
clear. Okay,
so, and I think most people watching would have picked up on that. That I followed that up with the fact that he's a very giving individual and a charitable man. Let's talk about the auction side of things. You've been in the auction business for 16 years. You're still doing it. 16, 17 years, but a total of 55 years that you've been involved when your father was involved in this and you got it on board. And every year for about the last 3 years, it seems like you keep telling me that you're going to back off the gas a little bit. But that just hasn't seemed to come to fruition whatsoever.
The first 2 weeks in October.
Yeah.
We're good to go. But I mean, this business isn't something that you choose your schedule. I mean, your schedule, everything dictates what we do other than us and our clock. And so you just kind of have to go where it takes you and then learn to pick your fights. And we've done that well. In the last 2 or 3 years, we've kind of, addressed what we do and how we do it. I remember the 12 auctions in 15 days stuff. And this summer and starting into fall now, we've been in an auction every 3 days.
Right.
So we're still at it, but you just kind of have to pick your fights and learn what works and what doesn't.
Talking about the auctions, but then you have been very involved in the last several years with real estate. And I mean, you have moved a lot of real estate. And, there's one that I kind of go back to where a bank reached out to you and wanted you to sell this particular piece of property. I think there were several pieces of property involved here. And they thought, well, we'll just kind of roll the dice and see what happens here. And you pretty much blew them out of the water with that.
Very happy with it. And oddity, those came at the same time. You were in a home a while back. Now we, of course, sold that home. And then the wife, she's lost her husband. And this is the one I'm going to Couturiers for. We're gonna have that home on the block next Tuesday. But the third auction for the bank was last week. So we're having repeat offenders, if you will, coming back to us. It tells you that they're happy and satisfied, or we wouldn't be doing them 2 and 3 and 4 times.
Yeah.
And then I have people that call us all the time to resell. I had a guy come in today with coins that's been selling coins, having dad sell coins 30 years ago.
Right.
And we're selling stuff for him now. So we're very honored that we're in that position, that we're having those people come back to us and ask us to help again.
I've said this before, and I'll repeat it, that I have talked to a number of your clients over the years. And in particular, the emotional, chord that you strike with these people, especially when it's something near and dear to their heart, if it's an estate, if it's the belongings of someone who's passed on, how you and your staff handle that so eloquently and so compassionately, because you understand that this is a rough time in someone's life. It's hard for them to grasp that the person's gone, and now the possessions of that person are being auctioned off as well for one reason or another. In a lot of cases to cover medical expenses, other things. You know how delicate that process is, Rick.
We do, and I'm very honored that the staff, is that way as well. We're all attuned to the costs and the impact in life, and and sometimes we don't prepare very well. We don't think through it enough to really be prepared and some folks think through it, but maybe do it the wrong way. And so we have to deal with all that as well. And we'll be at any one time, clergy, law enforcement, the bankers, the attorney, all of those things for the family at once. Protectors. I mean, we'll be in a situation where family members probably don't have the scruples they should have, and they're taking advantage, and we're in stopping that as well.
Yeah.
And so you get that hardcore boneheaded reputation, but sometimes it's necessary to help and protect the family.
One of the other things, you recently had a gun sale, and I don't think people understand, everybody's out there, firearm sales are through the roof, it's hard to find ammunition, everybody's going and buying these brand new firearms. When the folks at Bryan Auction anytime you announce an upcoming gun auction, all these people are consigning their firearms in, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe hundreds. And you get some quality firearms. But the process that you have to go through in order to make this happen is pretty stringent.
We have always, for years, well before we moved here, did NICS checks, and background checks on guns. It's just my personal choice to do that. I know some auction companies don't do it. I think they're on borrowed time. It worries me that there's not that background check done, and law enforcement has to face that. They have to deal with it. And so we've done that. We do extensive research on the gun itself. There may be guns. We had a set of handguns that were $600 new and were worth $26,000 now, just 30 years later, because they blow up when you shoot them. One of those faux pas, But nonetheless, we've had specialty guns like that. And each sale, we have to do the research. God love Angie for going through, doing all the documentation, making sure the serial numbers match, the boxes match the guns, and all those things. Those are background things that happen. It's not just throwing them out on a wagon and selling them like you would maybe 40 years ago. Times have changed, and it's important to have that background done. One of the things that I wanted to share with you real quickly was two or three of the things that I think are very important that are different that most people don't understand about our business.
Right.
One of them you might have noticed is there's a big screen in the auction house. Now we put up a second screen. Those are the clerking screens that are instantaneous. When she enters a number, the only thing we won't see is the name of the seller. We protect that on purpose. But the name of the buyer, the registered number, the amount, and what the item was, description comes up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge you to find out anywhere in the state of Missouri. Maybe not many places in the United States. That's something important for us for that transparency, so that they can look up and see what they've spent or what they paid, and if the bid was different or the description was different, you can correct that. That should give you an element that maybe suggests to you that we're being incredibly honest, because we don't need to share that.
Right.
The other thing I think that probably most important about it is our staff. They're just an unbelievable. Brian, Big Brian. Stature's very similar. He came in one day and he said, I said, hey, by the way, if a fight breaks out, I'm on your side. He said, I got your back. Well, he's been there for 7 or 8 years. Mm-hmm. Angie's been there like 7 or 8 years now. The kids have been with me all their life. They've worked the auction business all their life. Bobby's been with me for 50 years now. And I'm very appreciative of all those people. Brandon and Renee, who are a husband and wife 1-2 punch. They'll go out and set up, clean up. The other night they said, we're going to go back. We went to dinner and he said, we're going to go back and work. I said, no, go home. He goes, no, I want to finish up. So they went back to Pruitt's and finished setting up one row and did a wonderful job of setup. Those kind of people are priceless. And so when you're going out to work with someone's possessions, worldly possessions, that has to be there. And so they're the most important. Our software and our equipment too, that I challenge anybody in the auction business to be maybe as equipped, but more equipped. Show me what it is, because I'll buy it. And that's just the way we run the business. So,
well, it's been a long road for you, but obviously the relationships that you've developed over the years and the people that you've met over the years have really solidified what you've been all about your entire life, and that is stepping in, helping people out in times of trouble, the charity auctions and the various things that you do, the gun auctions that are all on the level. Everything is done according to the way the ATF and other organizations expect it done. It's all legitimate, helping out the community and giving back to the community that gives to you. Any upcoming auctions we need to know about?
Every Thursday night,
right.
5 o'clock. This Saturday night we were called into last moment. Their auctioneer, Mike, is not well, and so I'm going to help LaRocca. We'll be at LaRocca Dance. And then next Tuesday, we'll have this Courtois home. Now, this home is down, near Stillville, 2.5 hours away, but waterfall, and I'm not talking man-made, this is a natural waterfall. The pond, which you can see the bottom, can't hide bodies in this one. This one you can see the bottom. And I'm walking along the levee, and the fish are following me.
Yeah.
So I'd fed fish when I was little, so I thought, somebody's got to be feeding these guys, because I go back the other way, and a 2-pound bass turns and follows me. This is a gorgeous little 7-acre piece of property that's going to be on the block next
And a nice
Tuesday.
home on the property as well. Cathedral ceilings?
Cathedral ceilings with oak paneling and whatnot. Just a gorgeous place. Right. And she's already bought a home in St. Louis, so it's got to go.
So it's got to go.
So
it's
we got a lot of stuff going on. And in October, count me out for the first 2 weeks. We'll go do something cool.
All right, sounds good.
I think we should naked parachute or something.
573-346-4777. Go to the always reliable BryantAuction.com website and consider it sold. I can't do my auction voice here, but thanks for jumping on board. And a new sponsor of the program, and soon-to-be naked parachuter, Rick Bryant with Bryant Auction. We'll come back with more of What's Burning here on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
No one has ever reinvented mattress shopping until now. The grand opening of Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've simplified, uncomplicated, and laid things out for you. Start with a quick rest match to pick your basic mattress type.
You love memory foam.
I really do.
Then shop the information and rating system on each bed. Did you know you can get great back support with a soft feel? It's true, and easy to find. Mattress shopping, reinvented, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Most people don't know which direction they're heading when it comes to retirement. whether they're still on the journey or already there. At SRG Financial, we have a process, the mile marker formula, that helps you pursue your work optional lifestyle so you can focus on what's most important to you, like your family or checking off those bucket list items. Start taking the first step toward finding your work optional lifestyle. Call us today at 573-302-7212.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new community spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV.
Welcome back to What's Burning right here on Lake TV. KB in the house with another great show for you as we get you ready for fall at the Lake of the Ozarks. Fall festival's coming up. Some things we'll probably talk about a little bit later on. I do want to thank all of our great sponsors, SRG Financial Advisors, the good folks at Ozark Barge and Dock, Budget Blinds, our veterinary at the lake, and our newest sponsor, we just heard from him, Rick Bryant and Bryant Auction. Got an opportunity now to talk with Katie Brewer. She is with New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach, and they provide some very unique therapy for people, especially people who are on the go or people maybe, Katie, who should be on the go.
You bet.
You do a lot of great things for them with Myers Cocktail, B12. I mean, you offer so many different services, and you're always adding to that. It seems like every time I see you, you've added something brand new to help folks out around the lake.
Well, we do. We try to keep it fresh, but kind of our staple of things is, like you said, things like vitamin IV drips, vitamin injections, things like that. Naturally better health. A lot of people are a little bit more cognizant of their immune system and their health these days, but, shouldn't we always be just on top of that and just being on a path to good health?
We talk about the C word and sometimes the F word, and it's not what you're thinking about. It's not that one C word. It's cold and flu season, which is something that happens every year regardless of what else is going on. And it's not a bad idea to get in there and start helping to boost your immune system. So, it always seems like it happens. You end up with a cold, maybe a touch of the flu, but maybe dealing with it a little quicker, or there is that possibility of not having to deal with it at all.
Yeah, you bet. There's definitely that preventative part of it, that if you're shoring up your immune system, you might be a little bit more resistant to something, or maybe not get it as severely. So when that office cold is going around, or seems like when school starts again, you got all those little petri dishes together, and then they go home. But yeah, and have you ever noticed it seems like the heat wave always hits right when school starts too? So then you got your share of dehydrated people too. But yeah, it's a great time to be thinking as we head into cold and flu season to just shore up that immune system. Or when you feel like you're first coming down, with a little bit of the sniffles, come on in. Let's see if we can kick it to the curb a little bit sooner.
Yeah. And something else, high school sports getting underway. Good opportunity for some of these youngsters, these athletes, because especially when the season starts, and we see this quite a bit in high school football, the coach says, now make sure you drink plenty of water so you don't cramp up. And inevitably, there's guys going down for a little bit with the cramps, and the trainer comes out and rubs the cramps and then reminds them to drink water. Having some of the other necessary vitamins and minerals in your system, it doesn't necessarily replace water, but it aids and adds to what it is you're trying to do. So do you get a lot of the young kids, the high school athletes that come in?
We do. We're seeing more and more, some of the wrestlers during wrestling season. Certainly, we should have seen more probably during the Jamboree week, because beginning of the season of football, it seems like it's always 95 degrees at 7 o'clock at night.
At least.
And so forth. And something like the Myers Cocktail, it's got magnesium in it, which is great for just what you said, those kind of those muscle cramps and so forth.
Tell us how the B12 shot works. I mean, a lot of times somebody will say, you can take B12 in like the tablet form. And you have to watch some of that stuff because of how it's made, how it's manufactured. And I understand there are good sources B12 out there in tablet form, but then there are also some synthetic B12 that's developed that doesn't really work like it should. However, you folks can get it into the system a lot quicker at New Spring Wellness Center with that good old B12 injection. Get it right in there and get it working.
You bet. Seemed like, in the old days, when you'd go to the doctor, your family doctor, every time you went in, they'd be like, oh, let's just give you a quick B12 shot. I have folks tell me that all the time. They're like, oh, my doctor doesn't do that anymore. Or my old doctor died. My new doctor doesn't do that. But they don't do it now, not because it's not effective. I don't know why they don't do it, but it is something really quick. It's typically known as the energy vitamin. So we've got folks that come in. Some of them come in as frequently as weekly for a B12 shot. They're like, boy, I've got a busy lifestyle, a demanding work schedule. I really need my energy. And then some people might come in less frequently, maybe once a month or something for that little boost. And it's just a quick little shot in the arm. It's a very effective way, whether it be injection or IV, to really take advantage of all that. Whereas anything going through the gut, you don't really know what you're getting.
Yeah, you definitely don't. But again, you mentioned the fact that you folks can get people in, get people out. So you call over at New Spring Wellness Center, you make an appointment, you come in to get your Myers cocktail, takes you about 20, 30 minutes.
Yep.
Done it several times, and I always feel great afterward. And the B12 shot, I'm sure, goes even quicker. You just have to call and make the appointment. You're in, you're out, you're on your way.
Exactly right. And we encourage people to just, there's so many people who don't really know what we do. And so we encourage people to even just call and set up a consultation. There's no obligation to do anything. It's free. You sit down with myself or the nurse if she's available, and we can just go through the menu of what we offer. And you may walk out and say, well, that gave me a lot of food for thought. I'm not going to do anything today. Or you can say, oh, well, while I'm here, sign me up.
And then you get into, I guess, what would be considered the deeper aspects of what happens at New Spring Wellness Center. People who have had issues trying to quit smoking, people who have been addicted to drugs, people who are addicted to alcohol. You've got the treatment there, and over the years that I've known you and your husband, who's kind of the reason why this whole thing started. He was an alcoholic, had trouble with drinking, was able to get treatment, and has been off of that for a lot of years now.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of years, probably about 5 years.
Yes, and so in doing so, he saw that there was probably a need right here at the Lake of the Ozarks to provide that same kind of treatment. Talk a little bit about working with people who are addicted to drugs, who are addicted to alcohol, who want to quit smoking. They want to get that all out of their system, get it all out of their life, and have that opportunity to start over and really go back and be a better husband, be a better wife, be a better mother, be a better father. And like I said, I've talked to some of your clients in the past, and I know how this has changed their lives for the better.
It really is amazing, and that is really by far the most rewarding part of our business, and that is why we opened. Chad had a problem with alcohol, and he wasn't able to quit on his own, and his alcoholism was ruining his health. It was tough on our relationship. It was tough on him professionally. And when we found what we now offer, he found a freedom from it, and that was what's so amazing. It's not just, holding on to be sober another day, but really free from it so that you can take the energy that you used to put into figuring out when you could drink or how you were going to quit or, all those things that just your whole life revolved around it. You can put that energy towards your relationships, your professional life, all those things. And that has been so neat. And what we do is different. It's outpatient. You're not locked up for 28 days. You can return home in the evening to your family, to your friends. But what it does is it addresses the changes that have happened in your brain. And basically by replenishing natural things by IV, once again, it's natural, we're addressing those changes to the brain, kind of rebooting the brain to before it was addicted. And that's where somewhere in that restoration process, people find a freedom from their cravings for that substance. They get mental clarity back. They get an uptick in their sense of well-being, and they just start feeling great. And, we, of course, that's the crux of the program is that IV replenishment, but we also couple it with recovery coaching and some other things that we try to put in their toolbox so that they have things to reach for other than their substance when life happens. You get stressed, you experience loss or grief or something. And so we try to arm them with some other healthy tools.
I think one of the other important things to mention to people, and that's that you're located here at the Lake of the Ozarks, so you don't have to travel to St. Louis, Kansas City, or out of state. You can come right here and stay right here to the Lake of the Ozarks. As Katie mentioned with some of the treatments, you have the ability to leave and go be with your family, come back the next day, continue the treatment, go through the process, get it completed, get your life back together, because as I've said, I've talked to a number of clients and to your husband, Chad, who's not afraid to talk about this at all because he understands the importance of what it means to talk to people, tell them that there is help out there. But again, you're local, you're right here in the lake area in Osage Beach. And before we wrap things up, obviously, we want to give out your location, your phone number, your website, all the different ways people can get a hold of you.
Sure. New Spring Wellness, we're located right on the Parkway in Osage Beach at 5525 Osage Beach Parkway. That's right next to the post office in Osage Beach. You can look us up online, newspringwellnesscenter.com, or just give us a call, 573-693-1977. Hope to see all of you if you haven't been in.
Perfect. Katie Brewer, thanks so much. Great to see
you
you again.
So much.
Thanks for coming out and being a part of the program. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of that break, we're back with more of What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Moving to the lake is a lot of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. For packing up and delivering to your new home or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the easy choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers packs your possessions extra carefully, shows up on time, and strives for 5-star customer service every time. Sunrise Movers, the official movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today to get a free estimate. Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Hanging out here on Lake TV during the What's Burnin' program with my good friend, Mr. Chris Schneider. Thank you, sir, for jumping in with us again here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We get an opportunity, and I want to plug you over on the other side as well on Key Radio. This is our sports guy right here,
That's
the guy
right.
who's been doing it for a whole lot of years, does it very well, makes us sound so good. And I appreciate the opportunity, talking a little high school sports, some college sports, some professional sports, and just bringing it all together each and every Monday through Friday between 8 and 10. We get to hear from Chris Schneider 4 times over there on 89.3 The Key, or if you'd like to listen online, the interweb as they call it, it is keyradio.live. How you been?
I'm good, man. Doing real good. And I'm better on radio than I am on TV.
Are you?
Yeah, because I got a face for radio. You know how that goes.
That's. I think we've both been told that. I've been told that by my own mother.
Yeah.
And she's a sweet lady, but she's brutally honest from time to time, and I can appreciate that.
Yep.
Hey, lots of things going on around the lake. Here we had the big controversy over the center lane and open container for Bike Fest, an event that has been going on for so many years. And I was just kind of curious to maybe get your take on it. I know you've probably talked a little bit with folks around the lake area. Seems like Bike Fest came and went. We didn't have a whole lot of problems. We did have several fatalities. There were 19, I believe, DWIs, and not just motorcycles, cars, and I believe out on the water as well. So it was an interesting weekend to say the least, but this whole controversy surrounding the middle lane. We talked to Chief Gary Launderville last week on this program, and he was kind of giving us his thoughts on it. What was your take on all that?
Well, it was interesting to me. I think there's so much new, so much change. You got new leader, you got a new mayor over there, and you got new heads of different organizations that bring in visitors, and I think maybe the ball was dropped in a couple of areas, but it was great to see the mayor over there step up, call special session, get the parking right. I think they probably got the open container right too, keeping that inside instead of outside, but we were all worried about something bad happening. Didn't happen. That's fantastic. It was a good thing. And that's like 125,000 people coming in for Bike Week. That's a big influx of people.
Here's kind of my take on it. Lake Ozark sees a good amount of the bikers. They want to go down on the strip. They want to be able to go and eat and shop and take a look around and get together, and there's a lot of places that they can do that. But I think Lake Ozark needs to understand and realize that Bike Fest is not just Lake Ozark. Bike Fest is lake-wide and incorporating all of these other places. They've got the passport that they give out every year, and you go by all the various passport stops. I think it's important to look at all of those passport stops, where they are around the lake, and understand that Bike Fest is something that happens lake-wide. It is not just a Lake Ozark kind of thing. When we talked to Chief Launderville, his take was, we're going to open up the center lane, we're going to put up signage, we're going to tell people who park their bikes, and it was bikes only, listen, you're doing so at your own risk. We don't have the time, the effort, the manpower to watch everybody's bike in the center lane, and I get that, I understand that, but as he had said in the interview that we did, he did receive some help from local agencies. Hopefully this is an opportunity to learn from this, what I consider mistake, and make sure that next year this is all worked out ahead of time and it doesn't come to a back and forth as far as the mayor and the aldermen and so on and so forth. And it seems like here recently we've run into a lot of that, and not just with Bike Fest, but with other issues as well. How the city administrator's job is going to be handled, Chris, how they're going to do things there. And it's just a back and forth. And the losers in all of this are the residents of Lake Ozark. It's time for the mayor, it's time for the Board of Aldermen, it's time for all of those people to wake up, work collectively, and stop making it a huge power play. Because, as I said, the losers, well, it's going to be the residents of Lake Ozark. And maybe you're on one side, maybe you're on the other, maybe you're on either side, neither side, and you just want to see things run smoothly in the city of Lake Ozark, and it can be done because there's a lot of good people that lead the charge in that city, and hopefully they can all come together and work collectively to do what's best for the city of Lake Ozark in the future. Also, we've had some recent resignations here in and around the area. Of course, we talked about Dane Henry, the CEO over there at Lake Regional. He's going southeast, going to be a sweet gig for him. Also, Tim Hatfield, superintendent at the Camdenton School District. He's stepping away from the job after the school year. It really makes me wonder on a couple of different levels, Chris. Number one, both of these gentlemen have jobs that are pretty high pressure.
Yeah.
They get a lot of blowback from the community. And I wonder if, the job opportunity was there for Dane Henry. Would he have wanted to stay on to kind of see his vision through as to what he wanted to do for Lake Regional? Tim Hatfield has been with the school district for a long time. Maybe he and his family had contemplated retirement, just getting away from it and doing his own thing. But I'm interested to know, and maybe this could be a what's burning question.
Ooh.
Is there anybody out there that you think might be the next in line to resign? And if so, why? Or is there someone out there that you would like to see resign and why? So I don't know who it could be. I don't know, just kind of kicking that one around a little bit to see what kind of thought process people in the lake area really have.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see this change in the air, and with the hospital, they have come under a lot of fire in the last few months because of COVID situations, and still it is still very conservative here in central Missouri. And a lot of people not trusting the CDC and all that stuff. When the hospital put out that public letter, they'd had 22 deaths in 23 days. And there was one paragraph in there that said, well, sometimes all we can do is comfort them, and the family doesn't understand, but nothing we can do. And then like 2 paragraphs later, they're saying, but we will not use these drugs because the CDC tells them we can't use them. So that blew up, and people really saw what was going on. I don't know if that had anything to do with Dane Henry retiring or resigning or whatever. Yeah. But the timing is interesting.
Sure.
Same thing with Mr. Hatfield over there. The school board has a whole different look in Camdenton now after the last elections, and they're going in a different direction, which would seem to be not the way Mr. Hatfield was going. So don't know if that has anything to do with his resignation or not, but it seems like there's a lot of change in the air right now.
I tell you, with the current members of the school board, it seems like a school board that is more willing to not just go with the flow, that they are not necessarily going to sit there and bow down, but they want to take the necessary time to examine things, to research things, to make sure whatever decision they make, pro or con, is the right decision for the future of the Camdenton School District. And you have to applaud their efforts. And certainly there's a lot of people that I guess we'll have a school board election coming up here relatively soon that want to throw their hats in the ring. One thing I want people to focus on, this is one topic that I want you to focus on, that is something that they're looking at now, and the school board is really getting involved in this: social emotional education. Social emotional education. Look it up. Take some time to figure out what it's all about, because I think we're going to be hearing more and more about that particular topic in the future. And it's something that parents really need to understand, because here in this day and age, I know that there are a lot of concerned parents, but there are also, Chris, a lot of parents who use their local school, if it's grade school, middle school, high school, as more or less a babysitting service for the kids. And they're not paying attention to what these kids are learning, what they're bringing home in terms of homework, some of the other things that are going on. And I don't necessarily mean that school officials hope for this sort of thing, but it's the parents' responsibility to step up and understand what is going on. Make sure that if you can, you attend a school board meeting. If you know some of the people that are on the board, talk to them, get their thoughts, get their ideas. The real question now is, who is going to replace Tim Hatfield when he steps down? Is it going to be someone within the district? I think more or less they're probably going to look outside and bring somebody in to do that job.
Yeah, and it's funny because our job at Lake TV is to keep an eye on that for you, right? I mean, a lot of times the public doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes, where you know everybody, you know what's going on, and so we get a chance to kind of let you know whether it's who's going to be Dane Henry's replacement over there, and how do they think, or Tim Hatfield, and how are they going to run the school? And it's so important now because government has become so powerful. They can do so much without the parents knowing about it or signing off on it. So it's pretty spooky, and hopefully we can let you know what's going on and keep you up to date on that.
We'd really like to see the Department of Education, as far as the federal level, have that dissolved and bring the control back to the states when it comes to education. That's so very important that the states have a hand in their own education system and, for the most part, get to establish guidelines and work a lot closer with the people in the various districts around our state and have that back and forth communication. And again, we talked Dane Henry, we talked Tim Hatfield. Who do you think might be the next one to step down, and what that reason might be? Also, who do you think should step down, and how about the reason? You can go to mylaketv.com. You can go to our Facebook page and express your thoughts there. One other thing I wanted to squeeze in, a couple of candidates that are running for U.S. Senate are coming to the Lake of the Ozarks. Most recently, it will be Attorney General Eric Schmidt. He will be at the Elks Lodge in Osage Beach on Thursday the 23rd. Obviously, this is going to air that day, but we wanted to put that out there. And also, Attorney Mark McCloskey from St. Louis will be back at the Elks Lodge in Osage Beach on October the 21st. So if you want to stay involved, if you want to have an opportunity to vet these candidates, get the true idea and the true response from them, run a little tape so in a couple of years, if one of these guys ends up being the candidate, you can hold their feet to the fire and say, this is what you really said. Make sure you get out and get involved in the election process and the vetting of these candidates as they make themselves available here at the lake. Chris, thanks very much, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate the opportunity. And that's going to send us into a break right here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront. And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, gosh.
At SRG Financial, we reduce the uncertainty on your journey to financial independence. Our foundational approach revolves around two things: what matters most to our clients and the things that we can control. The things that matter most often revolve around family, occupation, and recreation. The things we can control are a panoramic approach to financial planning, a strategy that stays fluid and dynamic like your life, and a proprietary process, the mile marker formula. If you want to reduce the uncertainty on your journey, contact us today.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Hey, welcome back to What's Burning right here on Lake TV. KB, of course, at Ozark Cat and Canine in Sunrise Beach, where we've got a feisty little one here to tell you about, one of our felines, and this is Nani. And we've been here several times in the past, and Nani has always wanted to be in the shot, but today I think she's reached that level where she's seen the camera enough times, and so now she's working us a little bit, but still a very beautiful cat. Mary Meow Me Tilly is with us as well, and let's talk a little bit about Nani.
All right. Well, this little girl, Nani, came into us. She's been here about 3 months now. Came in with her 2 kittens, Lilo and Stitch, who have both found their new homes. Nani is about a year old, so she was definitely a teenage mom. Have kittens having kittens, and that's one thing we try to help out with. We have a spay and neuter program that can help with that, but sometimes people don't know or don't get them done in time.
Is she spayed now?
She is spayed now. Everybody leaves us spayed or neutered.
Right. She is very cute, and you know, that's the one thing about it, folks, that I don't think a lot of people understand. Cats can reproduce at a very young age and continue to do so. Like, they have a litter, and then they can, I guess, get pregnant again.
Yes.
And what's normally the cycle? How long does that take after an animal like a cat is impregnated?
A cat can go into heat as early as 4 months old, and then they can start having litters of kittens. They can, some of them can have, up to 3 litters a year.
Wow.
And they can, while they're nursing, they can get pregnant again. The thing that happens is, especially with the outdoor cats and the strays, is that the more litters they have in a year, each one that progresses, mom hasn't had time to recover yet. So she's weak, and it makes it hard, and having trouble with nutrition, especially if they're outdoor cats, so then that makes the kittens that much weaker and sicker when they're found.
Well, of course, they always stress getting them spayed and neutered, and as soon as you can do so when it becomes possible, because that's the big problem with the population. Somebody will be driving down the road and they'll see a dead cat on the side of the road, and they'll, and it's horrible. It is a horrible thing to see, but it could have probably been prevented. Right. And in addition to the spay and neuter, you folks have a low-cost spay and neuter program here, don't you?
We do, yes. They can call 573-552-7743, I believe it is.
Okay.
And leave a message, and they will call you back to help you set up, see what you're qualified for. We have lots of grants that are available for both dogs and cats. And if they get their shots done at the same time as the spaying neutering, there's a discount on that as well.
Can they work it off as a volunteer? Maybe?
Never been asked that before. That's something we could probably discuss.
I would say that you're always looking for volunteers. You talk to the folks here, and maybe that's something that could be a possibility. We also want to talk about something else, your pet food pantry that you've got going on here at Ozarks Cat and Canine, and it's run completely by donations. So maybe if folks could swing by and either drop off some food that they can't use anymore, or they'd just like to make a monetary donation.
Right. We have a pet food pantry that we run year-round for the public. Anybody who is in need can come and get cat food, dog food, or cat litter from us once a month, as long as we have it in stock. Right now our pantry is pretty low, so we definitely could use some donations. Anything that comes in that is not what we feed the animals here at the shelter, and we are fortunate enough that we are able to buy the food for the animals here, unlike some smaller shelters and programs. So we keep ours stocked up.
Right.
But anything else that comes in goes in that pet food pantry, and there's been a lot of people in need, especially this last year with COVID.
Absolutely, folks. So if you need some help, contact the folks here at Ozarks Cat and Canine. We'd love to find a home for Nani. She's such a fun-loving little cat, and lots of energy, very playful, and she would be, I would almost be willing to bet, perfect for you. So why not come by and check out Nani, a lot of the other cats and canines that are available here at Ozarks Cat and Canine. And a big thanks to our veterinary at the lake, as always, for sponsoring KB's Furry Friends on What's Burning right here on Lake TV.
A move to your dream
dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Most people don't know which direction they're heading when it comes to retirement, whether they're still on the journey or already there. At SRG Financial, we have a process, the mile marker formula, that helps you pursue your work optional lifestyle so you can focus on what's most important to you, like your family or checking off those bucket list items. Start taking the first step toward finding your work optional lifestyle. Call us today at 573-302-7212.
Hey, I want to thank everybody again for tuning in as we get ready for great weather, great times at the Lake of the Ozarks. And as I said earlier, hope you folks, if you're outside the area, can make it in to see us. I want to thank all of my sponsors, the good folks at SRG Financial Advisors, Budget Blinds, our veterinary at the lake, our brand new sponsor, Bryant Auction, and of course, Ozark Barge and Dock. Couldn't do it without you, and we couldn't do it without you checking out the show. I want to thank everybody again for the opportunity to be named the best new TV radio program by Missouri Magazine. Coming up next week, we are going to get out of here and we're going to go have some more fun. We'll be making pizza at Papo's Pizzeria. A good time. You can see what kind of a pizza maker I truly am. We'll also have an opportunity to talk to our good friend, Mr. Bill Lacasse. We'll get some financial news from Bill from SRG Financial Advisors. My good buddy, the educated redneck, Danny Ellison, will join us via Skype. And we'll round out the program with KB's Furry Friends. All coming up next week right here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV.